I'm okay with it. I'm not super happy about it. I like the second half more than the first half. I think we had more bite in the second half. We were more aggressive on and off the ball. Created a bit more, some good half chances and some good penetrations into the box. We played more from our positions, and that's why we played with more speed. And off the ball, like I said, we played with a bit more bite. The first half we were out of positions and it was a bit too much freestyle, and that slowed our game down and made it difficult for counter press because we were not in the positions that we wanted to be when we started attacking. So that's basically the story of the match. I mean, to put it in context, a lot of our players played last time together in November, so it's half a year ago, and we have 4 training sessions together. Then we mixed the team up completely. So I think we never played before in these combinations and these formations to give everyone 45 minutes, and then you have the conditions, you have the pitch, then it can look like this.
In terms of the heat, it was really hot out there.
It was.
How did you feel they are acclimatising?
Well, we didn't have a lot exposure to the sun because we were like 3 days in the rain and grey skies. So we had 1 training in the sun, and now this match felt really, really hot. But it's good that we're exposed because that's why we're here. We wanted it that way, and we need to get used to it because it will come at some point.
When you say a bit too much freestyle in the first half, what do you mean?
From position-wise, I think it was not so clear we couldn't translate it so clear on the pitch, like our positions and when to start the attack, and neither on the right side. We were lacking width, so players were like coming inside and inside. So in many moments we were lacking 20 meters off the pitch and narrowing ourselves down. And slowing ourselves down and changing positions for too long. It's not a problem to change positions, but you have to find your position again so that everyone knows how to start the attack, and then you can just accelerate the game easier. And we were taking crosses from a lot of crosses, long range shots, what is normally not our style of play. We played a lot of long balls. We played a lot of long passes. That was not part of training in the last 4 days. So it was a bit of a mix of everything. So that's why the first half looked how it looked. Second half, like I said, I was a bit more. I liked the second half more on the sideline.
You talked yesterday about how sharp Harry was. That goal showing.
Yeah, that's what he does. He's always there to score, and it's in the end the decisive goal. And like always, no secrets there. If you score, it helps you and gives you a bit more rhythm, a bit more confidence. So it's a bit easier for the second group to start with a 1-0. Harry's in top shape, and I think anyway that when the pressure comes and the tournament starts, that will bring the best out of our players.
You mentioned the pitch earlier, Thomas. Obviously, a lot was said and written about it. What did you make of it, and has everybody come to able to skate?
Yeah, it was very, very difficult to play on. I think it was not so dangerous to have injuries. We have no injuries, and there was no concerns, but it was very uneven, and it was difficult to move the ball and move the ball quickly. When you have the ball for the majority of the match, it doesn't help you. But
so does that surprise you that you've had to deal with that in the first game?
It is what it is. It can happen. I know it from pre-season tours in overseas that this can happen if you play in stadiums that are normally not football stadiums, that the pitch is maybe too new and not fully grown and not fully even. So it's just part of it.
How important was Jude in bringing the extra bite in the second half?
Was a part of it, yeah. But you can see, I think that you can see, Jude has for sure the decisiveness and he has the bite. This is his key characteristic. But you can see that he comes from an injury and is full of energy and happy to be back on the pitch. And like he had his break, unfortunately, in a decisive part of the season, Champions League season and national campaign for for the championship in Spain. So this was very unfortunate for Real Madrid and for him personally. But you can see now that he is actually in a sweet spot. He comes back, he's fresh, he wants to play, and he's in top shape.
Why did you choose Costa Rica for the other game and not other national team for Central America? Why Costa Rica? What do you want to see?
We will focus. I have to be very honest. I haven't prepared Costa Rica until today, so we will start with it tomorrow. So please forgive me for that. That I'm not very well prepared for that in detail. We wanted to play against different continents. We wanted to play against different styles and not against European teams. And Costa Rica is a football country, and will bring emotions and will bring excitement, and of course, and it's a good test for us. So to adapt to a different style, to adapt to a different mentality were the key reasons. And we will prepare from tomorrow, and then we have three days to be prepared and take the next step against your country.
Guys, well done, Harry. You had the pitch, you had the heat. So what's the verdict?
Yeah, a good win. It's not easy. I think the heat itself is what we're here for, to prepare for that, prepare for the tournament. The pitch wasn't great, to be honest. Really hard to play the way that we want to play, but this is why we're here, to adapt to it. We're playing against a team who had a good low block. In the end, we probably could have scored a couple more, but look, we take the win, and we know we're here for preparation more than the result.
What have you learned maybe about the way that England can play at this tournament with that heat?
Yeah, I think we're going to have to manage the game well at times. We want to play kind of that full force, high pressing, high tempo football. It's going to be difficult in the heat and with the pitches. But I think we adjusted well in both halves. All sets of players made a great effort to kind of get out of the game what we had to do before the tournament. So yeah, we're pleased.
It'll be your fourth tournament, second World Cup. What's the strength? What do you make of this squad?
I think it's a good mixed experience. There's youth in there, there's players who haven't come with us before, and yeah, I think all of that it makes for a good mix. We've got quality, of course, in abundance, and with senior players like the skipper, like Hendo, Stones he picks. We can go a long way.
Yeah, Harry, it's 67, just the 67 goals now this season, throwing in England. Are you going into this tournament as well as you've ever felt? Going into a tournament?
Before the tournament, after the cup final a couple of weeks ago, I think physically, mentally, it's the best shape I've been in my career. So, we're going into a tough environment, a tough tournament. And I'm excited for it. The World Cup is the biggest tournament of all, and just can't wait for it to get started, really.
And use your own feeling going into this tournament?
Yeah, feeling good. Probably a bit of a different way to go into it to Hayes, but I'm feeling good off the back of a tough season, a couple of injuries. The first time in my career, but I feel strong. I feel better than I did physically, for example, at the start of the season or points earlier in the season. So, feeling excited, feeling ready.
And look at those fans. They travel. It's going to be expensive for many of them, but they're here in their numbers.
Yeah, we appreciate all the support. For us to get the support we did in this type of game, knowing how much it costs for every single one, we just want to say thank you to them. And we know we're going to get great support throughout the whole tournament, so hopefully we can repay them well.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much, David.